movie Gone with the Wind demonstrates the characteristics of a person with narcissistic and histrionic personality disorder. Scarlett O'Hara gets in a lot of trouble because of her constant need in seeking attention from men, which comes from her loud and self-absorbed personality. In the beginning scene, Scarlett is shown with two men who she flirts with in order to get what she wants.
Boy, says war. Just once again, I'll go in the house and slam the door.
But Scarlett,
Don't you want us to have a war?
Wait a minute, Scarlett, honey, please. We're sorry.
Someone with a histrionic personality disorder constantly needs to be the center of attention. Here, she rapidly switches between really happy and really angry when the twins begin to talk about the war. She then proceeds to even get up just so the twins will follow her. Scarlett refuses to eat in this scene. She wants to keep her figure small so that she can use her manipulation in her relationships because she is beautiful.
You can take it all back to the kitchen. I won't eat a bite.
Oh, yes, and you is. You's going to eat every mouthful of this.
I'm not.
As we can see, Mammy is tightening her corset, Hoot Fruit comes in, and she knows that being able to use her leadership and authority over her will grant her what she wants, not caring that Mammy is just trying to help. Scarlett wants to wear a dress that will show her skin. An example of her histrionic behavior is exactly this. Often people are characterized by inappropriate, sexually seductive, and provocative behavior. Mammy knew it would be disgraceful if Scarlett wore this dress, but she still did it.
I'm going away.
Dad?
No, you ain't. You can't show your bosom for 3 o'clock. I'm going to speak to your mom about you.
If you say one word to Mother, I won't eat a bite.
Some antisocial and histrionic behaviors come to light when Scarlett is sitting around all of the men, not caring that half the girls in the county want to marry these men that she is with.
Where it's table.
I'll go get a dessert.
Yeah, she said me.
Allow me, Miss O'Hara.
I think Charles Hampton may get it.
Oh, thank you, Miss O'Hara. Thank you.
Go get it. Give me the lucky.
Scarlett actually goes through 3 marriages in only 1 year. From 2 men she married just to get what she wanted. 1 out of spite for Ashley, and 2 just to get money to save the Tara, thinking to no one else except herself. When Scarlett gets attacked, everyone sits around making sure that she is okay. But Scarlett doesn't feel like anyone cares because her husband is going to a political meeting.
You go to a political meeting after what I've been through this afternoon.
You're more scared than hurt.
Nobody cares about me. You all act as though we're nothing at all.
A narcissistic displays leadership and authority in their people in life. In Scarlett's situation, she does this also. She also repeatedly manipulates and exploits them. She's self-absorbed and lacks empathy. Most say that Scarlett O'Hara has histrionic personality disorder. We can see some of her antisocial behaviors. Scarlett tries to reduce the engaged Ashley Wilkes, fails, and tries to seduce his brother out of spite. She goes through actually 3 marriages in only a couple of years. Her seductive behavior and incapacity to maintain enduring relationships and her manipulation point toward this. Both of her husbands actually end up dying in Scarlett's case. She's not upset that they died, she's upset that she has to wear black. A histrionic in this case is described as her need to constantly be the center of attention and her wild overreaction to every problem that she faces. She's very overdramatic and emotional in situations that she does not need to be. Interactions with others also characterized by inappropriate and sexually seductive or provocative behavior. Scarlett always tries to get herself to look the best, wearing a new dress, for example, made out of curtains, just so that she can impress someone. She displays rapidly shifting and shallow behaviors of emotion, so go from very, very happy to very, very sad in just a matter of minutes. Whenever her husband, later in the movie, a lot of times you can see her being very happy, he says something and she becomes very upset. She constantly uses her physical appearance to draw attention to herself. Whenever, like in the example before, Mamie has her tightening her corset just so that she can look good. She has a style of speech that's excessively impressionistic and lacking in detail. Also, she considers relationships to be much more intimate than they actually are. With Ashley Wilkes being engaged to the other woman, Billy, she's very upset whenever Ashley later in the movie tells her that she actually does love Millie. Scarlett can't come to terms with this in the beginning because she doesn't see that Ashley doesn't actually love her, even though she thinks she does. She might threaten or attempt suicide. Several times Scarlett has said that she'll just die, I will die, because she's not going to get something that she wants. She believes that they are closer than they actually are. Like again with Ashley, she knows that the relationship was much more meaningful than it actually was. She needs a constant need of approval, attention, affirmation, and affection to feel a sense of worth. Whenever she wears the new dress, she asks, how do I look? How do I look? That way, people will give her good information. And when she doesn't get that, she gets very upset. One example is back to what I was talking about with Ashley. She considers her relationship to be much more intimate than it was.
Let's run away. We go to Mexico. They want officers in the Mexican army. We could be so happy there. Ashley, I'd work for you. I'd do anything for you. You know you don't love Melanie. You told me you loved me that day at 12 Oaks. And anyway, Melanie can't.
Let's take another look at some of Scarlett's behavioral traits. Here's another example talked about earlier when Scarlett finally realizes that she fantasized about her and Ashley's relationship.
Everything I ever had is going with her.
Why, Ashley? You really love her, don't you?
She's the only dream I ever had. Didn't die in the face of reality.
Dreams, always dreams with you. Never common sense.
Oh, Scarlett, if you knew what I've gone through.
Ashley, you should have told me years ago that you loved her, not me.
Mamie calls Melanie to tell her that the family has fallen apart since Bonnie's death, the child's. She then goes to explain that Scarlett called Rhett a murderer because Bonnie learned to ride, whereas they should have been comforting each other.
He done lost his mind these last couple of days.
No, Mammy, no.
I ain't never seen no man, black or white, sit store on any child. When Dr. Meade say her neck broke, Mr. Red grabbed his gun and run out there and shoot that poor pony. And for a minute, I think he wanted to shoot himself. And Miss Scarlett, she called him a murderer for teaching that child to jump. She said, you give me my baby what you killed. And then he said, Miss Scarlett ain't never cared nothing about Miss Buckley. It like to turn my blood cold.
At the end, whenever Rhett leaves, Scarlett cries out to him about herself, wondering what will she do, not coming to terms that he's actually leaving her. Instead, she turns the situation onto herself and takes pity for herself.
You go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That Scarlett's misfortune lies within herself and her histrionics and narcissistic disorder. Unable to find love because she has sought it and took it from others. It shows that her mental illness that was never treated.